Flying Bit of Fitness here. Today we're going to do some low and slow yoga. So grab your mat and let's get ready. Alright, let's start seated on our mats in easy pose. Sitting up nice and tall, long spine, but not rigid. Let those shoulders roll down and back a few times. Find a little space and ease there. Change direction, bring them forward. Open up that upper back a bit. And then let your head go. A few nice little neck circles here. Have the option to take it all the way around if that feels good. Alright, start to make your way back towards center. And let's just do some palming here. So let's take our hands, rub them together, build up some nice heat in the hands there. And then just cup the eyes with those hands, bringing a little bit of warmth to those eyes. Bringing a little bit of ease, a little bit of softness. Alright, relax those hands down. And land your hands either in your lap or on your knees, whichever feels better to you. Let your eyes gently close. Take a nice full breath in through your nose and out through your nose. And we'll just settle in here for just a few moments, just tuning in a bit to our environment, both outside of us and inside. Taking a moment to note how we feel. Noting what the body might be experiencing. Checking in to see what's going on in the mind. Any thoughts rumbling around in there that we could just let go of. That float away. Bringing our attention into the breath. Just becoming aware of the inhale and the exhale. Letting the breath be that anchor that brings us to the present moment. If you'd like to set an intention for your practice, I encourage you to do that now. And let's open our practice with 2 deep breaths together. Big deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Full breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Those eyes softly open. Give those fingers a nice little wiggle. Let those toes wiggle a bit too. Alright, let's land those hands again. And take a look out over the right shoulder. Sitting up tall here, just turning the head. Bringing it back to center. And turning and looking out over the left shoulder. Finding center, dropping the chin down towards the chest, lifting all the way to the sky, returning to center, dropping right ear down towards right shoulder, finding that stretch through the side of the neck. Inhale to center, drop that left ear down towards the left shoulder, and return to center. Drop your right hand down to the mat. Left arm comes up and over, finding a little side body stretch here. Next inhale, make your way back to center, and then over to the left. Left arm comes over, finding a stretch through the side of the body. Inhale to lift, returning to the right. This time bend that elbow a little bit more. See if you can deepen the stretch a bit. Inhale to lift, and same thing. Bend the elbow, go to the left, deepen the stretch a bit. Return to center. Let's make our way into a little twist here. So right hand to the left knee, turning to look back over the left shoulder, long spine. Release with the exhale, make your way around to the opposite side. And release back to center. We're going to walk the hands out in front of us, finding a little gentle forward fold here. Doesn't have to be super deep, just find what works for you. Work it back up to center, and then we're going to switch the legs. Opposite leg in front. Once those legs are resettled, walk those hands out in front of you one more time, finding that little forward fold. Using that next inhale to make our way back up to center, and then coming to hands and knees. We're going to make our way into child's pose, so big toes together, knees about as wide as the mat, sitting back on those feet, and then releasing the upper body down. Reaching those arms out in front of us, relaxing the upper body down, forehead to the mat if it reaches. If not, consider using a block here to place under your forehead. Next inhale, lifting just slightly, walking the hands around to the right, releasing over that right leg. Inhaling, walking the hands around to the left, releasing over the left leg. Bring it up and back to center. Release one more time down into that child's pose. We're going to add in a little tricep stretch here. So we're just going to bend the arms, leaving the elbows on the mat. Bring the thumbs to the back of the neck. If you'd like to deepen the stretch a bit, you're going to walk your elbows away from you. That'll allow you to open up the upper back just a little bit more. Release the hands with the exhale and start to make your way to hands and knees. We're going to make our way to tabletop. So we want to shift those knees so they're under the hips here, wrists under the shoulders, finding that tabletop position, neutral spine. From here, let's move through some cat-cows. So with the inhale, arch the back, drop the head. Exhale, release the belly, pull the chest through. Inhale, cat, arch up that back. Exhale, release, cow. Inhale, cat. Exhale, cow. One more. Big stretch up into that arched back. Big release, pull through to cow. And make your way back to neutral. We're going to extend the right leg out behind us, tucking those right toes under, finding that stretch through the calf, also working that foot a bit here too. Great stretch for the foot. Working those toes a bit. The inhale, we're going to lift and extend that right leg out to the side, directly in line with the hip, and we're going to roll the foot down so the sole of the foot is on the ground. This allows us to get a bit of stretch in the ankle and through the inner thigh here. With our next inhale, we're going to lift the upper body, coming up to kind of a gate pose position here. I'm going to turn so you can see a bit better what I'm doing. But you would stay right where you are there. Alright, so we're going to bring our right hand to the right leg, left arm's going to come up and over, and reach everything towards the right side. Inhale, lift to center, and then release that left hand down, and we're going to lift our right arm up towards the ceiling. Start by finding that long line through the arms, and then if you want to bring that arm overhead, and maybe you even lift and extend that leg out to the side with a gentle flex of the foot. Exhale, release back down, make your way back to center, hands back to the hips. I'm going to turn back so I can face my mat here, and we're coming back to that tabletop position. We're going to move into thread the needle. So we're going to let that right arm float up, and then bring the arm through the whole shoulder down to the mat. Reach that left arm out in front of you. Next inhale, we're going to start making our way out of thread the needle, pulling that arm back through, up to the sky, and then back to the mat, back to that tabletop position. Let's repeat on the left side. So we're going to extend that left leg out behind us, tucking the toes under, finding that stretch through the foot, in through the calf muscle. And then lifting slightly, we're going to extend that left foot out to the side, rolling the foot down so the sole of the foot is on the ground. Finding that inner thigh stretch, ankle stretch. Right, lower body remaining where it is. We're going to lift to hands and knees. Once again, I'm going to turn so you can see a bit better. Finding our gate pose going the opposite direction. So we're going to lift up that right arm and lean everything over to the left, finding that side body stretch. Next, inhale, lift, then release that right hand down, left arm up, finding that long line through the arms first here. Staying here or extending that arm overhead and lifting that left leg, finding that balancing posture there with that gently flexed foot. The exhale, release back down, make your way back to center. Bring that knee back under you and return to tabletop position. We'll move into thread the needle on the left side. The left arm floats up. Bring it through the hole on the right, resting the ear and the shoulder on the mat, reaching that right arm out in front of you. Take some nice breath cycles here. Slowly making our way back out of thread the needle, lifting, extending, returning to tabletop. We're going to lift back up to those knees, and then we're going to step the right foot forward. We're finding kind of a lunge position here, making sure that our knee and our ankle are in line there, not allowing that knee to go in front of the ankle. And then we're just going to release forward a bit, finding a nice stretch through the quad muscle. Releasing those hands down to the mat. We're going to find a twist. Left hand down, right hand up. Releasing right hand back down. Inhaling, lifting that upper body, lifting the arms, lifting the gaze. Exhale, releasing those hands back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. pushing the hips back, lengthening out that right leg, finding a flex in the right foot. We're coming into some half splits here. You can release your upper body down towards the leg, deepening that stretch. Our inhale, lifting and moving that right knee back under us, back to that tabletop position. Take a nice breath there. And then let's repeat on the other side. So we're going to step that left foot forward, finding that lunge position, and then allowing that body to come forward, adjusting if we need to make sure that the ankle and the knee are in a line. A moment with those hands on the hips. All right, let's find a twist. So we're going to drop the right hand down, left hand up. Release with the exhale. Let's cycle some high-low lunge here. So we're going to inhale, lift. Exhale, this airplane, those arms, bring them back behind us. Inhale to lift like you're scooping up. Exhale, releasing back. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Hands come down. Lengthen out that left leg, finding the flex in the left foot. Dropping the upper body down. Finding our half splits left side. Next, inhale, lift a bit, bring that left knee back under you, finding that tabletop position. And then widen those knees out a bit, sit the hips back, find child's pose. Start to walk the hands in and up out of child's pose. Take a seat back on those heels. As long as that's okay for your knees. Stay forward if that's bringing too much tightness, tension there. And then if you want to take it a little further, you can bring those hands behind you, finding a bit of a hero pose. If you're feeling it, bring yourself lower here. Walking those hands back to center, and then we're going to extend the legs out in front of us. Find a little staff pose here, hands next to the hips, sitting up nice and tall, pulling that belly button in, engaging the core, toes coming back towards the face of it. Inhale, lift, reach forward towards the toes, finding your way into your seated forward fold. Boat. Whatever boat you like today. Maybe you keep those arms along your sides, take a hold of the back of the legs, drop the toes, or maybe you really want to challenge it and bring it all the way out or all the way in. Find a good spot, hang out there for a couple breath cycles. Exhale, release those legs back down. Make your way back to staff one more time. Scooting forward a little bit so I've got room on my mat. We're going to lay on all the way back down. So with the exhale, arms extended, roll down nice and slow. With control. Making our way all the way down onto our back. Relax those arms along your side. Alright, we're going to bend the knees to bring the feet flat. And then from there, arms along our sides, we're going to lift the hips, making our way into a bridge pose here. Remember to keep those shoulder blades on the mat here. And balance the weight between the shoulders and the feet. Exhale, release down. Inhaling, bringing that right ankle to the left knee, finding a figure four. Let's add in a twist. So we're going to let that right foot come down towards the floor, down towards the ground. On that left side, widen out your arms, even to a T if you want here. Use that inhale to bring it back to center. Bring that right foot back to the mat. Let's shift to the opposite side. Left ankle to right knee, finding that figure four for a moment there. Next exhale, releasing that left foot down to the ground, finding that supine twist there from that figure four positioning. Next inhale to bring it back to center and release that foot back down to the mat. Arms along the sides. We're going to come into a little waterfall here. Inhaling, lifting the legs, pointing those toes towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Trying to do our best to keep all the joints in the legs in line. Ankles over knees, over hips. And with the exhale, gently lowering those legs. Taking a moment to settle, relax the length of the body, and making our way into Savasana, final resting pose, corpse pose. If you have the time, I encourage you to pause the video here and take at least 5 minutes or more. If you have time, hang out here for a while. And just do your best to connect to the breath. Settling into the present moment. Relaxing into the now. When you're ready to come out, start by wiggling the fingers and toes gently. Then allow the head to go side to side a couple times. Full body stretch. Extend the arms and legs, stretching from fingers to toes. And then with the exhale, release and allow yourself to roll to one side. Taking a moment or two on your side, letting the eyes remain heavy. With an inhale, beginning to make your way towards a seated posture. Bringing yourself back to where we started, that easy pose, crisscross applesauce. Enjoy a couple breath cycles there. Big breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. Thank you for sharing your practice with me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.